Embark on a fascinating journey into the world of Ukrainian bees. Millions of years on Earth, these amazing insects have thrived. 20,000 species work alongside humans to create precious honey. Uncover the secrets of honey production and the incredible life of bees. Did you know? A bee has 5 eyes and carries 320 times its weight. 150,000 flights for nectar, a journey that crosses the equator. 100 billion bees call Ukraine home, 2,000 per person. Ukraine, leader in honey production, number 1 in Europe, number 4 in the world. Discover the wonders of bee life you never knew existed. As the sun's gentle rays pierce through the clouds, nature awakens from its winter slumber and bursts with life. Sunlight travels millions of kilometers from a distant star, reaching Earth in just 8 minutes. These warm rays caress the plants, awakening their vitality. The first flowers of spring, the snowdrops, peek through the melting snow. Their delicate white petals, like shy smiles, paint the ground with a colorful carpet. Soon, they'll be joined by blue snowdrops, scattering vibrant carpets across parks and lawns. The blooming of flowers marks the beginning of a fascinating process in the beehive. The colony awakens from its winter dormancy and becomes more active as the first flowers appear, providing them with a much-needed food source. With the arrival of warm rays, bees take to the skies in greater numbers. In a nearby meadow, crocuses, one of the first spring flowers to bloom, attract bees with their vibrant colors and sweet nectar. A bee zooms towards a crocus, eager to collect pollen and nectar before other insects arrive. Bees are drawn to these early spring flowers and use the pollen-bearing parts to aid in honey production. Crocuses are also cultivated as a source of spice, saffron, and dye. The most expensive spice in the world, saffron, comes from the dried stigmas of these very flowers. In cooking, saffron adds both flavor and color to dishes. While some bees venture out in search of spring blossoms, others remain in the hive, tidying up after the winter. Unlike many other insects, bees do not hibernate. Throughout the winter, from November to late March, they remain in their hives in a state of dormancy, but their life processes continue. They huddle together in a tight cluster at the nest's center to stay warm. During this time, they consume stored honey and pollen, maintain hive cleanliness, and care for the queen and larvae. Snowdrops are early spring bloomers, typically flowering from late February to early April. Their delicate flowers are primarily white, though some varieties may have occasional yellow or green markings. While bees cannot produce honey from snowdrop nectar due to its low sugar content, these flowers are a valuable source of pollen for bees. As some of the first flowers to emerge in early spring, snowdrops provide much-needed protein and other nutrients to bees, helping them to feed their young and maintain their own health. This captivating flower, known as hellebore, Christmas rose, or snow rose, defies the season with its late winter bloom. Often one of the first to emerge after the snow melts, it brings a vibrant touch to the awakening landscape. A word of caution: all parts of the hellebore plant are poisonous and contain toxins that can irritate the skin and mucous membranes, even causing gastrointestinal problems if ingested. Historical intrigue. Hellebore boasts a rich history. One theory suggests it may have been linked to the death of Alexander the Great, possibly through poisoned wine. As the warmth of spring arrives, the bee colony springs to life, preparing for the crucial tasks of nectar and pollen gathering, brood rearing, and honey production. Within the bustling beehive, a remarkable system of division of labor ensures the smooth operation of this complex society. Bees of different ages take on specific roles, each contributing to the colony's well-being. Young bees, up to 3 days old, are responsible for maintaining the hive's cleanliness and hygiene. They diligently clean the honeycomb cells, remove debris and dead bees, ensuring a spotless and sanitary environment for their home. As bees mature, between 3 and 12 days old, they transition to the role of brood feeders. These bees produce royal jelly, a unique nutrient-rich substance essential for the development of larvae. Mature bees, aged 12 to 21 days, become the hive's architects. They skillfully utilize wax to construct honeycomb cells, which will later serve as storage for honey and a nursery for the developing brood. As the warm days of May grace us with their presence, towns and villages are embraced by a sweet and delicate fragrance. This delightful aroma heralds the blooming of the white and pink acacia trees. At first glance, white acacia, Robinia pseudoacacia, and pink acacia, Robinia viscosa, might seem like twins. Both belong to the Robinia genus and share similar shapes for leaves and flowers. However, a closer look reveals some key differences. White acacia boasts slightly larger flowers, reaching up to 2 centimeters in diameter, and exudes a more intense sweetness with hints of honey in its aroma. Pink acacia, on the other hand, offers a subtler fragrance with fruity notes. The visual spectacle of an acacia tree in bloom is truly breathtaking. Lush clusters of flowers adorn the tree, transforming it into a cascading white cloud. These fragrant blossoms are a bee's paradise, brimming with nectar and pollen. From these, bees produce a high-quality, transparent honey known for its delicate aroma and exquisite taste. The vibrant blooms of the lilac bush, bursting with pollen and nectar, become a beacon for bees from near and far. This fragrant bounty lasts for roughly 2 weeks, offering ample time for the bees to collect their precious harvest. The result? A delightful delicacy known as lilac honey. This unique honey boasts a delicate aroma and a pleasant flavor, making it a sensory treat. But lilac honey's appeal goes beyond its taste. It's also believed to possess some healing properties, adding another dimension to its allure. Sunlight bathes the blooming meadows in a golden glow, where an unusual frenzy unfolds. This is not just a typical summer day. It's the season of nectar and pollen collection, a time when nature throws a grand feast for its industrious workers. The main guests of honor at this banquet are the bees. Their magnificent striped bodies flit from flower to flower, gathering sweet nectar and precious pollen with tireless zeal. The reward for their hard work is honey, a natural gift brimming with vitamins and health benefits. But the bees aren't the only ones invited to this celebration. Millions of other insects join the vibrant scene. Wasps adorned with bright stripes add their buzz to the symphony. Shiny-shelled beetles, fluffy bumblebee giants, and winged beauties like butterflies all share the stage. Even flies flit around the blooming fields, each seeking their share of the sweet bounty. Nature is generous. There's enough food for all. Each insect finds its own flower, its own drop of nectar, its own pollen. And in this grand dance of life, each plays a vital role. As they flit from flower to flower, they contribute to the cycle of pollination, ensuring the reproduction of these vibrant plants. Scientists have determined that to produce a single kilogram of honey, a bee must embark on an incredible journey, making between 120,000 and 150,000 nectar-gathering flights. If the flowers from which the bee collects nectar are located 1.5 kilometers from the hive, and assuming a round-trip distance of 3 kilometers per flight, the total distance traveled by these industrious bees would range from 360,000 to 450,000 kilometers. This remarkable distance is 9 to 11 times greater than the circumference of Earth's equator, which measures approximately 40,075 kilometers. To put it into perspective, imagine a bee traveling this distance, the equivalent of circumnavigating the globe multiple times, all in the pursuit of producing a single kilogram of honey. This truly underscores the extraordinary effort and dedication of bees in their role as nature's pollinators and honey producers. Their tireless work not only provides us with a delicious and nutritious food, but also plays a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance of our ecosystems. To learn more about bees and their amazing work, I visited my old friend Alexander, who has been keeping bees and running an apiary for over 30 years. He strategically transports his hives to picturesque places in the Kyiv region, ensuring his bees collect nectar from a wide variety of flowers throughout the flowering season. A special atmosphere of industriousness and generosity pervades Alexander's apiary. Here there are rows of neat beehives, each teeming with life. Each hive is not just a home for a bee family, but also a treasure trove of unique honey. Nectar from diverse flowers, gathered by the industrious bees, is transformed within these hives into fragrant honey with an unparalleled taste and healing properties. Alexander, an experienced beekeeper, treats his bees with love and respect. He knows that every drop of honey is the result of their selfless labor, so he carefully tends to their well-being. From the wildflower meadows, Alexander gets a rich palette of flavors, up to 5 types of honey. In total, he can collect up to 10 types of honey in a season. For example, white acacia gives him early spring honey. Good years produce crystal clear, transparent acacia honey, but sometimes there are traces of pollens from garden plants or dandelions. The summer season is generous with phacelia, sweet clover, buckwheat, sunflower, and wildflower honey. Interestingly, wildflowers from different areas produce very different honeys in color, texture, and flavor. Some places have more mint, some more dandelion, and some more sweet clover. So let's take a look at the fascinating world of bees and see how they live and work. The picturesque expanses of the Kyiv region of Ukraine are home to endless fields of buckwheat, sunflower, rapeseed, and other honey plants. These flowering carpets are a veritable paradise for bees, providing them with an abundance of nectar and pollen. Beekeepers take their hives to these flower fields so that the bees can collect nectar from the best honey plants. In this way, not only can the bees enjoy the nectar of a particular type of plant, but they can also pollinate it as efficiently as possible, contributing to better fruit production. This practice, known as nomadic beekeeping, produces high-quality honey with a distinctive flavor and aroma. The honey harvest is a special time. It marks the end of the natural nectar flow, and the bees begin preparing their stores for long-term storage. This is when honey is considered to be at its most delicious and healthy. Alexander, a seasoned beekeeper, believes that the best honey is the one that has been stored in the hive for at least a week. During this time, the honey undergoes a natural process where complex sugars are broken down into simpler ones, making it easier for the body to digest. This process is often referred to as inversion. Additionally, enzymes and acids naturally present in bee saliva are added to the honey, further enhancing its flavor and aroma. Aged honey also boasts a more bacteria-resistant structure, leading to a longer shelf life. A bee colony is a fascinating organism where every bee plays a crucial role. Forager bees, making up to 60% of the colony, venture outside to collect nectar, pollen, water, essential resources for the hive. Other bees work tirelessly within the hive to keep everything running smoothly. A bee's life begins as an egg laid by the queen. After 21 days, a worker bee emerges. Her life is dedicated to work and varies depending on the season. During the busy summer months, a worker bee's lifespan is typically 5 to 6 weeks. In the winter, when the colony enters a period of reduced activity, not true hibernation, they can live for several months. Interestingly, a worker bee's lifespan is inversely proportional to her workload. The harder she works, the sooner her body wears out. Worker bees are the backbone of the colony, shouldering a variety of tasks. Queen care. They feed, clean, and protect the queen, ensuring the colony's survival. Brood rearing. They nurture the young, feeding larvae and building wax cells for their development. Hive maintenance. They keep the hive clean by removing waste and dead bees. Defense. They act as guards, protecting the hive from predators, intruders, and other threats. Construction. They build wax honeycombs to store honey, pollen, and brood. Climate control. They maintain the optimal temperature and humidity within the hive for the well-being of the colony. Alexander carefully removes the honeycomb frames from the hive, inspecting them with the reverence one might give a valuable artifact. After all, these frames hold the bee's golden treasure, honey. The seasoned beekeeper explains that when bees bring back nectar, it's quite watery. To ensure long-term preservation, the bees meticulously reduce the water content to around 18%. This process isn't instantaneous. Once the honeycomb cells are filled with nectar, the bees cap them with wax. High humidity levels create an environment for bacteria that can spoil the honey. By lowering the water content, the bees create a thicker honey with a longer shelf life. The wax seal itself serves as a double shield, protecting the honey from air, moisture, and the absorption of unwanted odors. While a bee may appear delicate and tiny, it boasts an astonishing strength-to-weight ratio. Imagine this: a bee can pull a load that's a staggering 320 times its own body weight. That's significantly more than a horse, which can typically only carry a load equal to its own weight. So, what's the secret behind this impressive feat? The answer lies in a bee's unique anatomy. Their bodies are equipped with powerful muscles, and their legs have specialized hooks that allow them to firmly grasp surfaces. When faced with a heavy load, bees work together, combining their strength to pull it collectively. This remarkable strength is crucial for a bee's everyday life. By understanding the remarkable strength of bees, we gain a deeper appreciation for these fascinating creatures.
принесли пильцу. Бачите, на спинці жовтеньке і от на лапках жовтеньке. От. Це от пильцу зносять для того, щоб розплод кормити.
Ти вже на крайні?
Ні, ще три. Ще три рамки, потім починаємо. Починаємо саму процедуру викачки.
Я думаю, що це забирає.
Да, да.
Поїхали.
А що, їхати туди?
Ну,
Ой-ой-ой.
The next crucial step is honey extraction. This is typically done using a specialized machine called a honey extractor. Special tools or a heated knife are used to carefully open the honeycomb cappings, avoiding damage to the honey itself. These honeycomb cappings, also known as zabrus or bee bread cappings, are a valuable bee product containing honey, pollen, and propolis. They are used in traditional medicine and cosmetics and can be consumed directly, added to tea or honey, or used in ointments, balms, and other beauty products. The opened honeycombs are then placed in the honey extractor.
І так крутим, да?
As the machine rotates, the honey is extracted from the cells, leaving the honeycomb structure intact.
Клас.
During extraction, some impurities like honeycomb pieces, cappings, propolis, or even insect bodies or larvae might fall into the honey. To obtain a pure product, these impurities need to be removed using a steel sieve filter. The extracted honey from the honey extractor is poured through the sieve, allowing the pure honey to pass through and be collected in a container. The honey we love comes in various forms, one of which is its tendency to crystallize. This depends on the ratio of glucose to fructose in the nectar collected by the bees. Flowers with a high glucose content, such as rapeseed, mustard, and sunflower, produce nectar that crystallizes quickly. On the other hand, nectar rich in fructose, like that from white and yellow acacia or chestnut trees, crystallizes more slowly. Glucose has a natural tendency to form crystals, so honey with a higher glucose content crystallizes faster. Conversely, fructose crystallizes more slowly, allowing honey rich in fructose to maintain its liquid state for a longer period. It's important to remember that honey crystallization is a natural process that doesn't affect its quality, taste, or health benefits. If you prefer honey that stays liquid for a longer time, choose varieties made from the nectar of flowers with a higher fructose content.
І там ще, кстати, нога пчелки, да? Левая, да, це.